We're good. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Starseeds and Lightworkers Collective. My name is Crystal, and tonight we have an amazing, multifaceted guest, Miss Nikki Columbo. She is joining us from Australia, so we are actually speaking to the future, as it were. That's sort of how I see it. And she's going to be talking to us about her career, her music, her metaphysical experiences, and everything in between. So I'm really happy to welcome her as a guest, and I hope that she'll be joining us again in the future to speak about more topics and to share some of her highlights of her musical career. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you Miss Nikki Columbo. Hi, Nikki. How are you doing today?
I'm fabulous. How are you? Hi, everyone.
That's great. That's great. So, you're in Australia right now. How's the weather there? Because I'm in Canada and it is cold, and I'm still getting over a cold again. And so, I wish I could be where you are now. How's the weather?
Beautiful,
Yeah.
sunny, gorgeous, beach weather. Yes, I actually took Kevin Strala here to the beach when he rocked up over here, and I took him to the
Oh,
beach.
oh, that's
We went
nice.
swimming in the waves. It was wonderful,
Oh, that's
beautiful.
great. And then hi, Kevin. I'm sure Kevin
Hey,
is around.
Kev.
Hey, Kevin. Well, that's great. So, Nikki, you have an amazing background. You have worked in the arts. You've worked, particularly in music as well. You've worked in video production, and you've worked as a singer-songwriter. And you draw a lot of your influences as well from different backgrounds. But you also are an experiencer. You've shifted into 5D. You've had a lot of experiences, especially with extraterrestrial beings. What can you tell us about how you get started in music and how that transitioned over to being influenced by extraterrestrial beings?
Well, I taught myself to sing. So I begged my parents to put me into dance classes. And from there, it was just anything to escape school.
That's it.
Somehow I knew I was in a system, and being a highly creative person and really empathetic and aware and sensitive, I'm like, oh, there's something wrong here. So I just naturally rebelled, as we naturally do when we have our free will imposed upon. This is number one universal law. When it gets imposed upon you, naturally want to rebel. So we try not to do that. But what happened for me, I was a very kind of commercial girl. And when I say that, I mean like I was a hairdresser and I was a dancer and I was a singer. And the only kind of esoteric knowledge I had was looking in the paper for the astrology.
Yeah.
I was totally unawake to any of that. Crystals, candles, all of that. I was not into that at all. I was into watching TV and the latest Dynasty show, yada, 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 right? All that kind of stuff. It wasn't until 2007 when a whole wave, apparently, of indigos came in and just woke up. And I went from I was perceiving things from a keyhole point of view to a sphere overnight.
Wow.
And that was the second day. The day before, I heard this calling in my right ear. And it was like my mother, it was like me, it sounded like my mum and me, but it sounded close, but it sounded far away at the same time. This is where I get into spheres, how everything is a sphere, right? Of course, I didn't know that at the time. And I'm thinking, like, where's this mother? I want to see her. I never ever get to see her. I realize now she's Mother Earth, and she called my name.
Okay.
And
Wow.
like I said, like it sounded really close, but far away at the same time. Like,
Okay.
what's that? It wasn't until the very next day when I woke up and a friend of mine who is a musician and also a Freemason sent me a coast to coast link. And I was listening to none other than David Icke. And here I am vacuuming the floor. No, yeah, whatever, turning up. And he goes, oh, well, some people, David Icke, blah, 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 blah. What is the most shocking thing? Oh, well, some people might be shocked to hear this, but how long has this conspiracy been going on for? Some people might be shocked to hear this, but actually it's been going on for thousands and thousands of years. And at that moment, I dropped the vacuum cleaner and I switched. I switched from being an unawake person to suddenly, bang.
Wow.
I turned everything off. I sat down and I listened. I had tingles all over me. I'm like, who is this guy? And I'm like, what? That blew open.
Mm-hmm.
DNA that was ready
Okay.
to start seeing stuff. Because
Okay.
everything I see now is in my DNA. And I went on my journey with him and I just become obsessed with knowledge, what's going on, what happened to me. What happened to me? This is what happens with me. Things happen and then I go on the journey to find out. I'm not the type of person that you hear about something and then don't go on the journey to find that out. It's like it's already happened and then I have to go on an understanding of what's happening.
Okay. Wow.
And that's my journey. So from there, I went on to all the other speakers, all the other guys who write lovely books and fabulous books about spirituality. Every book I could possibly get, every video, everything. And I went on that journey because I started seeing them. They started showing themselves to me. I'd see orbs. I'd be driving home from a gig with that friend of mine who was a musician that sent me that link. And here he is driving through the steering wheel, looking at this orb following us home on the freeway after a gig at 2 o'clock in the morning. I see when you think about it, and that they pop up.
That's,
right?
Yeah. That's
So
really
it's
interesting.
It's amazing when you think about it, and like, well, I think about it all the time now. And so higher self is bringing stuff to me to understand in the 3D world, metaphysical stuff that's not of this world. And I learnt Ascension mechanics through Ashiana Dean by reading her books. It's the only book that I know of that has 30 years of workshops that describe and has graphs of what Ascension mechanics really is. And I'm still going through it. And it's amazing. It just blows my head off.
Okay.
I mean, the way that she describes and it's in my presentation about how, this is really important. I spoke to Kevin about this the other day because I just found this out because I asked everybody, how do they get us? Oh, you go through a portal. And yeah, okay. No, how do they get us? How do they do it? Okay? So this is how they do it. They split. This is the greys. They'll split your consciousness. You're in the mental body up here, and the lower body, your physical body's down here, and they split it temporarily, so it's held in status for a neutral while, and then they oscillate faster, your frequency up higher, so you're in the future there, and they lower your body down to a lower frequency, so they can push it through a portal so it doesn't get damaged, right? So this is where deja vu comes in. When people wake up and they go, how? I'm deja vu. Everyone's felt it. That's because part of you has been pushed in the future temporarily, right? And then they bring you back and then they try and sink you in, right? Sinking in people who are unaware is piss easy. People who are awake, they try and sink you back in again, and it might be slightly loud and you're like, is something different? Yeah, okay. That's how they're doing it. It's amazing technology. It really is.
Wow.
And some of it can be negative and some of it can be really positive. But this is where marks come on. You end up with marks on your body and stuff like that. So people say, oh, it's happening in a dream, so it's not real. Well, in a way it is, but yet it's not. So it just depends on your perception on how you look at it.
Okay.
So it is dreaming because your mental mind is in the future, but your physical body is being interfered with.
Yeah.
Negative or positive. There's lots of healings. I think a lot of tracking, all that kind of stuff. Okay. I want to mainly focus on the positive stuff because I've got a visual here to show people about what the beautiful, and really high frequency beings of light, and they came through the walls, and I did a visual of it. It's amazing.
Okay, wow. And so you basically have been, I guess, you've been playing music your whole life. And then after that, you went into, I guess, like you said, like hairdressing and did a bunch of different things. Excuse me. But so you had your real awakening in 2007. What I find interesting There's a lot of people talk about how they've had that awakening. And what I actually found interesting in what you said is that you said that when you're in your school system, so sorry guys, we're back to me coughing again because I started to cough a bit. Sorry, but when you, what really struck me is you said that in the school system you felt that your freedom was being imposed upon. And I just sort of my hackles went up because I was thinking that's so how I felt as well. And I think a lot of the guests that come on the show talk about how they didn't do well in school, they didn't like
Yes.
school, they felt like
Yes.
an outsider at school, they felt weird, they were teased in school, they were bullied, blah, 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 blah. And
Yes.
it seems that a lot of
All of the
starseeds,
above.
all of them have gone through that. I went through that, and I remember thinking, this is just not, having depression and you're like, as a small child thinking, why do I have to go to school? Like crying to have to go to, why do I have to go to school? And it just so makes so much sense. And so it just sort of, in many ways, confirms how this system that we're living, that is starting to crumble now, thank God. But it just shows how that system was just not serving people who are 5D, who are star seeds and light workers. The system was just not meant for us. So just
That's
putting it
right.
out there. You know what I mean?
And there should be a school here for us
Yeah.
and our future,
Yeah.
our Starseed. And there should be another school about how to tell which is an inorganic hologram and an organic hologram.
Yeah.
And there should be a school to teach us what a negative ET is and a positive. That positive ET. Why have we been left open like this?
Yeah.
You know, why do we all have to separately do it separately? Why have we where is the responsibility of the planet to leave us so open like this?
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, like we've all had to struggle and to find every bit, and I've gone through my pitfalls too, of reading the wrong books, understanding my Merkaba, and some books out there are getting you to spin the Merkaba in the wrong way, which is ending up people up in mental hospitals and stuff like that. Like, why are we left open to this? Why is it that kids have to watch Harry Potter and then dabble in black magic, and suddenly at the Vatican they're getting inundated with phone calls? Come and get my kid exercise. I think they're bloody, possessed. People don't understand there is a subtle possession here.
Okay. No,
They
no,
think,
for sure.
it's a person and all that bullshit. Mother Earth didn't create humans to kill her. Duh.
Yeah, I know. But it's interesting because a couple of times on the show, one of the things that I've often discussed is that at least I'm starting to see a lot of young parents starting to cheat for the kids in other ways. A lot of parents are sending their kids to all these alternative schools, which I wish I had growing up. I said, "Oh my
Me
God,
too.
your kid is going to this kind of school and they're being protected and they're not being, humiliated by the teacher and they're being cared for." I said, "Oh my God,
Yes.
where was I, during all of
Traumatized.
this?" But thank God it's changing slowly but surely, because I think a lot of parents are saying, no, I don't want my kids to go through what I went through, so that's not happening. So at least in the next couple of generations are going to have that. Now I wanted to sort of get back to, you had an awakening, and you started to have contacts with orbs and everything. So you had contact with orbs. Did you start to have also contact with actual alien beings? How did that part start? That I'd like to sort of find out more about. Yeah.
It was lunchtime. I
Okay.
got my little kids there at school. Daylight, broad light. I'm sitting and watching the television. Broad daylight. Next thing, these three light beings come through the walls.
Oh. Okay.
And I am petrified. Honestly, Crystal, I thought I was going to have a bloody heart attack. I'd never seen anything like that before.
What they look like?
I'm so lucky that they are the positive ones and they
Okay.
weren't the negative ones. They were like just I've got something to show you in my presentation.
Sure, no
I'll show
problem.
you.
Well, if you wanted to
And
go to your
more like,
presentation, but it's fine. It's you can take it. Let us know how you want to do this.
oh no, let's talk now, and then
Okay.
we can. I'll show you a little bit. But
Sure.
it's just beautiful. They came as an orb, again an orb. Everything's an orb. Everything is a sphere. We have light bodies around us, and they came through the walls, and they came. It was like small, and then they expanded out. Three of them, right?
Okay.
And then they came through the walls and they just gently floated down to the ground. And it looked like they were in fluid, like they were floating, like they were jellyfish, like
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
or they were in water or gas or something like that. And I know they have different layers, of our earth that has that. So and the colors. Oh my God. I used to be a colorist at hairdressing. I love, coloring and stuff like that. So the colors, I'd never seen these colors before, and I can't explain to them. They were just
So a
so
different
electric,
variation. It's like a different vibrational color.
just
Yeah.
stunning, absolutely stunning. And they just gently floated down, and I'm like this. I was just petrified. I couldn't do or say anything. I thought, oh my God, what's going on? I thought I was going to have a bloody heart attack. And they gently just floated down, and they gently just floated back up again, and just gently went back into the wall. And for years I said, please come back, come back, come back, come back. And because I wanted to experience that again where I wasn't frightened.
Okay.
So I think that's what's happening. They're getting us used to
Yeah.
things that are different so we're not frightened.
Exactly.
So that was amazing. And their wings are more like bands, and it becomes they're like an angel, but they're not. But they're more like wings, and the wings are bands. It's not wings as in feathers. They don't need feathers flying around up there. It's a different frequency. So the wings that people see with the angels become the band of the orb.
Okay, that's it. But you know what though? It's funny because the other day I was watching in this old documentary from the 90s, A&E, they used to have these documentaries, and there was one, like, I think it was, Mysteries of the Bible or something like that, with Leonard Nimoy. And they talk about UFOs in the Bible and about how these angels were coming in. And that topic has been explored for a while now. And what's interesting is that when you go back and you look at the Bible, and I'm not talking from a religious perspective, I'm just talking about just straight up facts, and you just look at the actual detail what's being said, you start to look at it and you start to say, wait a minute, this is UFO activity. What's going on? And then now you're talking about how these angels had bands and everything, and I said, yeah, but that's the wings. And so if you don't know, obviously we have the ability to look back from a technological point of view and say, okay, well, there's this and a different frequency and all that kind of stuff, but people 2,000-3,000 years ago didn't know that. And so they just see stuff and they're like, wings? And so it's starting to, people poo-poo the Bible. And I mean, look, I think people can draw spiritual faith and comfort from the Bible, and that's definitely your choice, and that's fine. But I think that I remember reading the Bible with my mother as a kid, and I remember as a kid saying, Ma, why is this Leviathan, this metallic object and all that kind of stuff? There's technology here. What's going on? And I never forgot that. And I said, and when you look at it, there's a lot of technology. The Bible is talking about alien contact. Not
and
only, but it's
so
there.
does the bag of the Gita. The bag of the Gita.
Oh my God, please.
Like
Vimanas, the whole thing.
And
All of
Electric
it.
Wars,
All of
that.
it.
Look at the movie. The movie Dune is the Electric Wars in the Vedic text.
There you go. Yeah. So it's all there. And I think, and if you look at many different spiritual texts, when you look at it, and again, spiritual texts have many things going on. They're talking about different stuff. But, even when you talk about, I think Muhammad, going up and meeting with the Archangel Michael and flying around the planet, I'm like, I don't know. Sounds like a UFO to me. Anyways, so I digress. Yeah. But did you want to start your presentation now, or did you other things that you wanted to do? Yeah? Okay, so while you're getting that set up, I wanted to just say that you got a message from Michael, and you got a message from Kevin, and you got a message from Angela, and I think a message from Carol's. Everybody's saying hi to you, and so everybody's saying hi.
Hi guys, sending lots of love.
Yeah, that's great. So while we're waiting, I just wanted to. So I'll let you set up your share and everything, and so while we're doing that, I wanted to just remind everyone that we have a discussion meeting coming up on the 27th. So if you want to join us, feel free to join us on the 27th, and we can meet with Miss Karen Holton. And so whenever you're ready, Nikki, we can get started with your presentation.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so you want to put that full screen? Okay.
Can you see that?
Yeah, let me just do a change on my side as well. And make sure. I think we had it before. I think we had... okay. Okay, so you're able to see, so you're able to share fully on your side?
I am, yeah. I've got my presentation up now. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see you as well. So I'm just going to just see if we
Sweet.
can do what we did before and make sure that we only have the content and not anything else. Okay, so... Okay, so did you want to, so you're sharing your screen with us?
Yes, can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. So let me just make sure here. Oh. Okay. Okay, so go ahead.
Okay, so I used to have a show. I still do have a show, but I'm just not on TFR live anymore. And so I brought on a whole bunch of whistleblowers. I learnt a lot. I did that for 4 years, and then COVID hit, and that was like, woo, okay, everything changed. So anyway, this is very interesting. All of these plates are flipped upside down except one.
Okay.
So have a look at all those plates. They're all upside down. And then as soon as you see the one that is not upside down, they all become upside down. Check it out. Can you see that?
Yeah. And what exactly is the meaning of that? I'm just going to try because I keep seeing...
Perception. All of these plates are flipped upside down except one. Once you see that, the rest of them all become the same as flipped upside down. Flipped up the right way, I should say.
Okay.
See, have a look. Look at all the plates.
Okay.
They're flipped upside down. And as soon as you see the one that's flipped the other way, the right side up,
Okay.
all of the plates become right side up.
Okay, so let's try and get that there. Okay. That's really interesting. So just moving around here to try and get your view so that people can see it.
Okay. Do you want me to change something?
Yeah, if you could just sort of like just show us the
Share.
at least so what we had before
What
is
about
where you
that?
let me just see here.
That says content only.
Yeah, content only maybe?
Or I've got side by side.
How about content only?
That better?
Let me just see here. That's better. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. So that's much
Sweet.
better.
Okay. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to show you here, that all of these plates are flipped upside down,
Okay.
except one. Once you see that, all the other plates flip right side up.
Okay.
And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, people can look at things and they don't see it. It's not until you see a different perspective of it that it changes, and it can be exactly the same thing.
Okay.
So yeah, my show, I had David Icke on.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
What's he like? What's David Icke like?
Amazing. And I'm such a professional.
Okay.
Like, I was so nervous. I can't believe I got him. I was just crying before the show. I was like, oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. This is incredible. But he was promoting a book. He was going to come out here, and that's how I got him.
Okay.
Now,
that's
I
great.
also got Jordan Maxwell.
Okay.
And Jordan Maxwell brought David Icke to America. And Jordan Maxwell, his life is portrayed in the Da Vinci Code. He found the dollar bill, the stuff on the dollar bill.
Okay.
So he's, he was amazing. He was a very loving, beautiful man. He's gone now, but he was, wow, what a teacher. All symbology.
Okay.
Amazing.
Wow. That's good.
And I also interviewed James Gilliland from the ECETI Ranch.
Oh yeah, I remember him. Whatever, it's been a while, eh? I mean, he was doing stuff on YouTube for a while there, and he kind of like back like 10, 15 years ago. I remember watching him, and then he just poof. I don't know what happened to him.
Well, he's got ECETI in Hawaii now, so you might see the feline. You see the feline back here. See the feline?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
Beautiful feline. So that was an amazing too. So that was like, wow. Okay.
Okay.
So with all the disclosure about UFOs, I thought it'd be a good time to create some music, from a real starseed and a contactee experiencer. And from my album Lightworker and Spaceships, available on all platforms, and I go under the name of Nicole Temple.
Okay.
La 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 la, pop, funk sounds, all that kind of thing. I try to incorporate things that I've learned into my music because it seems to be the easiest way to get it out now. If I want something really profound to come out, I'll drop some things in there, and I can be safe doing that without getting in a lot of trouble. So
it's interesting because we had Kevin Estrella on our show a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about his music, and he's featured in a book by Grant Cameron about musicians and ETs. I can't remember the exact title, but would you say as well that this is your experience? I mean, I guess it is, right? Because it can mean you are a musician and you are also a contactee. What do you, and there's many different ways of looking at it, but what is your perspective on that exactly, since you're experiencing that?
I think that when you're a little kid, you naturally resonate with it, towards it. And even if in the womb, when you're hearing your mother's disco music, because she used to own a nightclub, which is why I'm so obsessed with R&B, disco and funk and soul.
Okay.
And I just think music is like the octaves of the universe. So I think we resonate with the mechanics behind it without fully understanding what it is. And it's the language of the universe. The felines, right? They don't talk like, I'll do an example of the felines. This is how they talk. I love you, Crystal, and thank you for bringing me on today.
Oh, really? They really sound like that?
You.
Really? Okay, because I'm looking at my cat differently now. Because I have my cat and she's going to be like, no, 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 no. Oh, my God.
They sing because that singing was first before words, before the the Tower of Babel, and they were all babbling before that. So that's why they sing to us, and it's like being a musical.
Wow. Okay, but I mean, I hate to bring Hollywood into it, but like, I mean, the latest, what was it? The
Avatar?
No, it was the Marvel movie with it was that Marvel movie where they went on this planet and they were, everybody was singing. Instead of talking, everybody was singing. And I forget which Marvel movie. Yeah, it was with Captain Marvel and Ms. Marvel and it was...
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, and then they went on to this very watery planet and everybody was singing. It was just kind of weird.
Yep. Yeah. That's how they communicate in harmony. Isn't it amazing?
That is amazing. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Though. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, it is. All right, let's move on because we'll be here. Like, I've got so much stuff.
Okay.
Key talking points today would be, life career moments. We've talked about that. Professional. When the ETs came through the walls, story of transformational insight when the Divine Mother called my name, and I wrote a song called Mother Ark. It's called The Mother Who Birthed My Soul.
Okay.
And I had... what you could say a flame activation while I was actually creating this and hearing it for the very first time, and I saw these two flames come together and just burst. It was just amazing stuff. So some of my songs can be quite triggering, which is triggering into more consciousness and awareness. So the Earth's ley lines are now filled with correctional vibrational patterns forming radiant chalices of living light through aura portals. This is why we're seeing a lot of the auroras and coming up at the moment with the CMEs. And this mother arc, which I talk about, she's the mother, the divine feminine.
Okay.
And she has these mother arc hubs and these tri-wave currents of Aurora Christos restore the planetary heart and reclaim the ancient Christ Templar wisdom guarded by the crystal star and the orders of the Christos from the higher heavens. And the hierogamic architecture of the Sophia returns. It's the sacred heart tone now rising in the song of Christos Sophia announcing the aeonic pairing across the universe. In other words, what they're trying to say here is feminine and masculine now joining together to become whole.
Yeah.
So that's basically.
And it's about time. I think
it is.
I think it is about time because I think that the pendulum was swung so far the other way, and look at all the damage and the horrors that came as a result of having the pendulum swung so much the other way.
Yes.
And it's time to sort of have a balance, I think, between the two energies. And it also works for Mother Earth as well, which is, I think, is at the right vibration,
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Agree with you. So, my music is the only future drops I'll be dropping. I've had too much heat in the past, so I've had to reinvent myself. I've been a professional singer and songwriter, and I studied at Collards, at the College of Arts, and I got my first professional gig when I was 15. I studied ballet for 10 years at Royal Academy of Dance. I'm a mezzo-soprano. I've never had a singing lesson. I taught myself. And I'm here for Ascension mechanics from the ancient teachings of the Essenes and the priests of equal earth, equal light.
Okay.
I wrote a song called The Priests of The Priests of before the priests of were the priests of Lemuria.
Okay.
So my awakening has been very hard on my family and me too.
Oh, really?
Really hard.
Would you like to touch upon that? Why it's been hard?
Well,
in terms of
a lot of them aren't as awake as what I am.
Okay.
So they don't understand.
Okay.
And it's they just don't get it.
Okay.
They understand a little bit of it, but they just don't get it. And then when they get affected by what's happening to me because they're trying to keep my mouth shut, it filters down onto them, and they hurt, and that's wrong. So
I see. So are you going to share a video with us right now? Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, I think, let's have a look.
Okay.
What have I got here? All right, here we go. Yeah, this is the light coming through the wall. You can imagine that's more of an orb coming through the wall. That's the light. That's the colors I saw.
So that's what you saw coming through the wall?
Yeah, but imagine it's more of a ball.
Okay.
More of a person, but with wings. I've got another video to show on that too. Let's have a look.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, here's the scoop marks. We're getting a bit off topic here, but this is scoop marks. The reason why they do the scoop marks is because you'll see it here.
Okay.
It's a little hole in the skin. See, I'll pull it.
Yeah.
It's a little hole, right?
Okay.
And it's right on the ovary, right on the pubic line, right above the ovary. They use that little bit of skin to coat the implants.
Okay. Now, you know what's interesting? Now that we are getting a little bit off topic, but we have a one of our members that talks about an incision she had on the back of her neck. And Susan, you know who I'm talking about. Talking about you.
No, but I've heard that.
And would you want to comment on something like that? Because I don't know if it was hiding an implant, but to have an incision on the back of the neck and it's like a flap. Do you know anything what that might mean?
With me?
Yeah.
I've heard that. I've heard that quite a bit.
Okay.
But the implants will be rejected. So that's, in my case, I found out that's why they take a little bit of the skin.
Okay.
And then they need that to coat that implant so it doesn't get rejected.
I see.
They're all different. Implants are different. Some of them are military. Some of them
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So they've been experimenting for the last few years, so you hear different stories because they've, it's graduated different tech. It really feels like a little hard crystal underneath the skin somewhere.
And so this picture here that you're showing us, this is what
Yeah,
they look like with the wings?
Yes, here we go. Look, this is what they look like. See?
Oh.
The wings come out.
Wow.
And then they go down there and then they become bands like the orb that they are in.
Wow. You're lucky you were able to see that. That is impressive.
You imagine that in real life with that
I can
light
imagine.
I showed you before? Oh.
God.
Now, I was petrified and scared. These were the good ones.
Oh, my God. But, I mean, it's impressive, though. I mean, it's intense, right? Because like, I mean, you have this being, and also, I mean, if you could sort of look at it with the eyes that you have now, but you were saying that you were vacuuming, you really didn't have that kind of awareness.
I was just petrified. I was petrified. Okay. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. I've never taken mushrooms. I'm not a tripper, so I don't know. Yeah. I've never had ayahuasca. I had bad experiences on those, and I think there was a big reason why I had those bad experiences, so I don't keep going down that road.
Okay.
And I've got my faculties about what I'm talking about here, because people can just get discredited all the time. It's like, and I'm not saying that that's bad. It's great for people if they need, if you've got depression, to help them, all that kind of stuff. But just with my experience, it was like, no, she's not going to be a tripper. It just can be a bit discrediting. So it was like, nah. So that was absolutely stunning and beautiful, and I wanted to experience that over and over and over again. Now,
can I ask you a question? These beings that you're showing us in these beautiful pictures, do they have a name? These actual beings, like, is that a race of beings? What are they called?
They're from the Eka, E-C-K-I.
E-C-K-I, Eki.
E-C-K-A, Eka. E-C-K-A.
Okay.
They're from, with Earth is here and we've got these different realms.
Okay.
They're from like one of the highest realms.
Oh.
Because they're liquid. They don't need a body.
Got it.
Yeah, wow. So they come from the higher realms of the Earth, and each realm gets heavier and heavier in density. But because they were more like a gas. Like a gassy, floaty, not water. That was probably the closest I could describe it, because the way they floated. But they were gassy, jellysic, watery realm.
Jellyfish-ish, if you will. I don't know.
No, because they're more electrical light.
Okay.
So there was no transparent body there. It was all just stunning light.
Okay, that's really nice. Would we have some time? I didn't know if you wanted to show us some more pictures. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so this is when I'm talking about orbs a lot. Okay, around us is called the radial body, the hover body. These are all the different bodies around us.
Okay.
And when I did I did a video on this, it came out really well. I thought, wow, here is a chakra opening into a portal. And that's what they do.
Okay.
Here we go.
You can see me. I'm like, woo! That's amazing.
Let me just show you something here. What I'm trying to explain here. alert systems are calling a fun. Oh shit! What have I done? Oh, I've done the wrong one. Hang on, sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, sorry.
No.
It's about. Space is curved like a sphere, written in the stars. Okay, see, this is me. This is me spinning in the tunnel, right?
Oh my God.
Right?
That's
Now this is what
great.
this is our reality. There is no black and white. There is no good and bad. It's all one. And you can see around the edge here, reality is a sphere. This was what I was shown as a little kid.
Okay.
That this projection is a sphere. It's just what we're seeing right now is this much. So it looks like we're in linear time and it's just a straight line. It's not.
Can I just say, you know, that music was, guys, am I right? Was that music not out of this world? That's out of this world. You are a beautiful singer. And I'm definitely going to be dancing around my living room. So I'm going to ask you to send me some more. And and I'm going to be like, oh, you know, but like,
I'll send you all the links.
I just had to say it. It's beautiful. You're absolutely, it's great. That's amazing. So basically this tunnel is what you were shown, but okay, let me just make sure I understand this. So correctly, so we're talking about when the beings came through the walls, or am I?
Yes.
Okay. And then they came through the walls and this vortex opened up and you were pulled in and you were like, wee, that kind of thing.
No, they showed me a projection of that.
Okay. And so that's what
showed me.
Okay. Wow. Can you know, I'm going to tell you something. It's interesting because we think we here on this planet are seeing the best of the best. We're at the top of perfection. And when I see this sort of stuff here, I say to myself, you know, we ain't seen nothing yet. We really haven't seen anything, because imagine living your life in that. Wee, and all that. Imagine that.
We are. It's just slowed down.
Okay.
Right? And it's because it spins so fast, we can't see it. Remember I told you about what the ETs do when they spin our oscillation to make us higher.
Okay.
And splits the mind. And then, right?
Absolutely.
So this is what's around us. We just can't see it. We're seeing this much. Mm-hmm. We're not seeing it in a sphere. And this is what they showed me. Like, I have been up in space and they showed me.
Oh, okay. So they're sort of giving you a preview of what's really going on. And that,
and
you
I
know,
look down on my feet, and it's not a complete sphere. It's more like
a vortex.
Well, the Earth at the moment, it's not a complete sphere. It's a bit squished. It looks
it's a bit
like
lumpy.
It's a bit more like that. Okay. So that's what I saw, and then under that, I saw this huge spaceship that they showed me under the Earth, Crystal. They gave me an idea of what a spaceship is like, bigger than the Earth. And I'm sitting there going, oh, my God. So are you telling me there are spaceships out there that are bigger than Saturn? Yes. So those people in there, are they really big? Do they have really big pineal glands? Yes. Do they have a pineal gland as big as the Earth? Yes.
Wow.
What?
Okay. That's really that's food for thought, eh? Because like, I mean, that means anything is possible at that point. Like, I mean, because we think, oh, but it can't be big. The Earth is big. The Earth is minuscule compared to other stars, and not just the sun. The sun itself, which is like big and massive, and the Earth is like little teeny tiny. The sun itself is minuscule compared to other stars. You know,
that's right.
We have no idea of the size.
They were trying to get my perspective on what this is about. And I had thinking about this stuff for days. This is what they get you to do. Mm-hmm. They want you to think about stuff for days later so you can understand it. Okay. And you're like, oh, whoa. That's just that. See, that just blows your mind, doesn't it? Yeah. So that's what reality is.
Can I ask another favor? Can you play that song again? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I want to dance around.
Here we go.
Download time. Download. I was dancing about the whole thing. Anyways, enough about me. Let's get back to your presentation. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay, so triangles and dots left on my finger after contact. You can see probably up here.
Okay. Oh, that's a triangle.
Right, and yeah, it is. And then you got the dots above it. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the side, and a little one up the top. It's faded a bit now, but you can see that, up the top here, that little triangle. And you got that one here. It's a perfect. When do we ever have freckles that are, got straight lines? Never.
Yeah, really.
This is really interesting, okay? This is called scrying, when you can see in water. This took me years to work out. I had this photo, and I was supposed to give it to a pop star boyfriend I was dating, and then at Christmas time, then he dumped me, and he left the picture under the Christmas tree. I'm so glad he did, because guess what? I kept that picture.
Okay.
And now I can see that there is a ship in the water, and it looks exactly like that one. That is to the side of it. And this is what they're doing. They're trying to show you in water as well, through the elements, air, fire, earth, water.
Okay.
They're trying to show you. I mean, that just happened when I was 17. You can see that's my bum.
Great. You look great.
Right. That's great to get your attention, isn't it? This
Exactly.
will get her attention. Put the spaceship near her butt. Okay, one morning I got a message to go out with my crappy little iPhone and look up at the moon and take a photo of the moon. Guess what I captured?
Oh.
Look at all these towers.
Wow.
Richard Hoagland would love to see this.
Yeah, really. Wow.
All right, and then the next one is this green stuff here. That's the moon again. Now, this is V2K. This was voice to God technology. It was designed to gain my trust. Mm-hmm. So that, I must listen to this because this is real. Oh, boy, do not. V2K, yes. And then other people can, look that up and, anyway. Okay, here's the light ships. This is fabulous. This is the light ship that, where is it? Okay, you can see the 3 little orbs up the top here. Okay. These are organic. They're organic.
Okay.
They don't... They are a part of the person's consciousness, and there necessarily isn't a person in there.
Okay.
The ship is the consciousness. It's being remote controlled from somewhere else.
Now, let me just sort of ask you something, because it's very interesting about this particular photo, the light ships. And I've been hearing a lot of talk, and it's not the first time, but I've heard a lot of talk about these ships, excuse me, that are sentient beings, and they are not animal and are not ship, but they're sort of like something in between the two. Is that what is that what this is? It's sort of like, again, I can only come like a jellyfish. That's the only thing I can think of.
That's a great explanation. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's very,
This is no nuts and bolts. This is a consciousness.
Yeah.
And the consciousness of that ship says to me, go outside and take a photo of us. We're coming.
Okay.
It's just no coincidence that I happen to walk out there and I'm taking a photo. It's not a coincidence. Bullshit. They're prompting me, they're pulsing me to do that. That's why I have these experiences.
Okay.
Go out and take a photo of the ship. And that's what it is. It's consciousness. It's a part of them.
Okay.
It's no nuts and bolts.
Yeah. So, it means that they have the ability to build ships. I mean, you hear about a lot of these ships being built out of light, but built out of consciousness, and that's really incredible. There's that is the technology. It's not about metal and hard and all that density, because if it's made out of light and made out of consciousness, that's expansive. That's across the universe. You can travel instantly. You can traveling without moving, as it were.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And this is, again, the sphere. Everything's happening around you. When people say, the world doesn't revolve around you. Yes, it bloody does.
Yeah.
And you're the creator of it. And if you don't have the control, someone else has got your control of you.
Exactly.
And this is what we're all learning.
But that's changing too, though, right? And I think that that's the part that that's
Yes.
the reason why they're trying to bring down all the bring a lot of heaviness onto the planet. But this planet, and look, I'm not going to go off topic too much, but I think maybe this is what Three Atlas is doing. It's bringing all, it's like the whole armada coming in and bringing all the light, and I don't know if I'm going off topic. Am I?
I'm not going to mention that because I don't know for sure. They
Okay.
haven't told me anything about that.
Okay.
But yeah, but it could be just a distraction as usual. They're always
Okay.
getting us. Anything that distracts you to go on the outside is not getting you to go inside.
No,
Anything
okay.
that promotes you to go on the inside, that's where our cellular memory is. And people don't remember because our mind doesn't remember, but your body does.
Okay.
It's held in your cellular memory. So that's why, and sometimes, Crystal, sometimes I don't want to know if I'm taken. I don't want to know. There are times that I just like, you know what? It's too traumatic, especially at the beginning.
Okay.
It's just, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, you can't ignore it anymore. And then you start to and then you become less frightened, and then you become more understanding of it. And then you start to discern which is healthy for you and what's not healthy for you. And these beautiful ships, these are the healthy ones.
Okay.
They're benevolent. They're
Yeah.
not out to hurt us. They're beautiful. They dance with music and all that kind of stuff too. So that's beautiful too. Okay, so
That
here
is
we
beautiful.
go. Spiritual awakening stages, unhappiness and emptiness,
There you go.
perception shifts, seeking answers and meaning, finding answers and experiencing breakthroughs, disillusionment and feeling lost, deeper inner work, integration, expansion, joy, all that. So it is a positive thing, guys. It's not all dark. Now, okay, now this is very interesting. This is from Anahazi Christos. He's fabulous work that he's done here. I don't know if I can zoom this in, but we're here in the middle here, and he's actually got all these different layers here of the densities. So you've got primal light fields here, you've got primal fields here. This is the particle universe. This is the time matrix that we're in here. So right in the middle there is Earth. And you asked about where those extraterrestrials come from. Well, they come from the Eka, which is right up here. I suggest everybody go on there to Christos Avatar and have a look at this. It's fabulous information, and he did take a long time to work. It just gives you an idea of where you are and where they are
Okay.
in the context of things. Okay, so yeah, that's a close one of it, yeah. So it teaches you here, see all the different densities and stuff
Okay.
like that, and the Akashic level. Okay, now here we go, the Merkaba. Have a look at this, and see in the little circle there, look at the little baby.
Oh. Okay.
You see a little
Yeah,
baby
the
in
little
the
face.
Merkaba.
Yeah, the baby's face.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, the Merkaba, yeah. So it's crystallized in the Merkaba. It looks like a little baby
Oh,
grave.
that's lovely.
Okay, this is a photo of me when I had just woken up, and my ex-husband and my mum, and you can see the difference of light.
Yeah,
See
you
how my
can.
face
Your
is lit
face
up?
is a lot lighter. Look, there's a lot more light
Oh,
coming from your face.
I was buzzing. I had just woken up.
Oh, wow.
I was buzzing. Talk about a red pill. I think I took 1,000 red pills. And yeah, so that's what happens to you when they say enlightenment. It really does show up as you being more light, and it shows up in photos.
Literally.
It's amazing. Literally. Oh, here we go.
Oh, there you go. The bum shot.
Scrying to see in water. There you can see the ship near my bottom, and then there's a ship up the top there. So scrying has been an ancient practice for thousands of years. I get people to understand it. You'll start to see stuff in water now. Here's another amazing photo of me at my wedding when I was singing, and someone took some photos, and I have this strange creature behind me that they caught in my veil. It could be, looks like it's an insect or something, or an owl or something like that. You can see the beak and the eye. There's a beak just above my third finger.
Okay.
And
Okay,
you
I
can
see that.
follow-
Oh, yeah. It's cool. Yeah. Yeah, you can
And
see it's
there's
like a crow or something.
It's got an eye there and a beak.
Yeah.
That's just weird, crazy shit that I've done.
Yeah.
Okay, here I was at Burley Heads, and this was before you could manipulate photos. So this photo here, look at the background of the line, right? And then my husband took the second photo. Look,
Oh. Okay. Different
We really are in a wave.
Wow.
Look at that. The
Look at that.
background changed.
Jeez.
So our reality is not as hardcore as you think
No,
it is.
it's not.
Really flexible.
Absolutely.
And this is what we're learning about creating and manifesting, and that it's not so stuck or fixed.
Yes.
It can be it's more fluidic.
But I think people are actually waking up to that idea that it is a lot more flexible, because a lot of people are
Yes.
talking about changing your reality literally, or quantum jumping and moving around and just sort of
Yes.
changing the reality. And I think people are waking up to that idea. You know what I mean?
They are. And they're becoming better for it too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, here's our beautiful Sekhmet coming through the portal at the top here. This was a photo that was given to me by a friend of mine. Sekhmet Bastet. She comes through a lot, the felines.
Oh, okay.
And you can see her coming through this portal at the top here. And on the right-hand side, this is a very, very tiny, small, pixelated photo that's been blown up. And you can see her nose and her eye.
Okay.
Yeah, the felines. She comes through in Egypt as well, through the temples in Egypt. Sekhmet and Bastet are trying to say, hello.
Hello.
Okay, now check this out. This is one of my besties, right? Adam Ford has been filming UFOs every single day for the past 20 years. No, everyone ignores him, and they're like, it's amazing the stuff that he said to people, and just, but he has contact nearly every single day. So, and he has photos of it and proof every day, and he sends it to me every day too. So it's amazing. But have a look on the right-hand top here where the light is. Can you see something through the window?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh
That's a tall,
my God.
tall white.
Oh my God. Is that, I mean, it looks like you can see an alien head, like,
That's right.
oh, and it's looking inside, checking him out.
yeah.
Check that
Oh, yeah.
out.
Oh yeah, he didn't even notice it. And I said, Adam, what's in the back? What's in there? He goes, oh, I didn't see that. And I asked Misha Johnston. She said it's either a tall white or it's floating.
Wow.
So they're either 8, 9. I said, how tall is the window? He's like, that's about 8, 9 feet. It must be 10 feet tall, that thing. I said, well,
yeah.
it's either that or it's floating.
Oh. Wow.
Look at that.
That is unreal. Look. Whoa. Okay.
You can even see a bit of an eye in there.
Yeah, you can see the eyes. You can see I don't know if it's just me, but I can also see the chin.
I can see it.
The chin,
Yep.
and it's sort of like cocked its head a bit to the side and sort of like, hello,
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see a bit better there. The full face is there.
Oh my God. Peeping Tom much? Jeez.
Yeah, what a perv, hey?
I know, eh? Just kidding.
Hey, you pervy ET.
I know.
And then I'm on the train going to work in Melbourne one day, and what does Adam say? I take a photo,
Okay.
and I'm in the train. You can see down the bottom here the lines of the windows.
Mm-hmm.
I take a photo. I say, sweetie, I'm on my way to work. He goes, what's that? I'm like, oh God, there's a ship.
But
That building there
yeah.
is Crown Casino that Kerry Packer owns, who used to date Mariah Carey.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Now,
That's the Crown Casino right in the heart of Melbourne.
jeez. But
There's a ship.
Australia has a really long history of UFOs and UFO contact, and in particular around Pine Gap, I think. But there's a bit more negativity around Pine Gap, though, which is a bit more American negativity, like base and all that kind of stuff. But because I think that I remember doing research for a presentation we did with Angela Levasseur for a remote viewing, and a lot of remote viewers saw alien bases in different parts of the world, and one of them was near Pine Gap in Australia. So that was also kind of weird.
Yeah, I've got a friend that's done remote viewing under there.
Yeah.
It's
bad
we
news.
won't go there.
Yeah.
We won't go there.
No.
But anyway, and just with Pine Gap, don't look at the big white balls that are there, guys. Look at the mountain that's kind of behind it that they don't show in the photos. But anyway, that's a little trick. Anyway, Here's an orb in Fiji up the top here. My son took a photo
Okay.
and captured an orb up the top there with Fiji. I had lots of contact in Fiji when I was there at night because it is so beautiful there and there's no lights except the night sky. Absolutely stunning. I took some ship photos too, but they're a bit too blurry in that at night, and I just didn't have the quite the equipment to actually capture more clear stuff. In Fiji, look at this.
Oh, there you go.
You know, the old Lemuria, the old Fiji is Lemuria, the old Lemuria, the old Lemuria, and from Lemuria, then we get the priest of from the priest of which is Earth, we get the Essenes. Okay, so that's what I'm into. Here we go. Yep, you were talking about Australia being a hotspot. It's like we've got lots of stuff coming and happening here all the time. Here we go. Now, this is what the Earth looks like. It looks more of an ellipsoid.
Yeah.
Okay. So when people say the Earth is flat, well, kind of, and then the people on the side, no, it's not. Well, that's why. Okay, this is what they showed me. They showed me that it's an ellipsoid, and then if you turn that on the side, it's an egg.
Okay.
Now we see the egg in Dali. We see the cosmic egg everywhere in philosophy. The cosmic egg done. That's what Earth looks like on the side is. And guess what we are? We are also coming out of an egg too. That's what they showed me. It looked like that, but in space.
Okay.
And I'm looking down. I see the Earth. And like I told you before, I see this great big ship coming underneath going, oh, my God, that is just crazy, crazy stuff. Here we go. Here is here are all the extra bodies this is from Ashiana Dean, all these extra bodies that are around us, the hover body and the radial body. And the radial body is what I'm talking about. This radial body is the projection that we project onto the hologram that creates a sphere. Excuse me. And there's more than one. We've got a whole bunch of them in there. That's why I was trying to show you about the egg.
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
The egg, it's Earth, and everything's a representation, right? So
depends on your perspective, Because if you look at Earth from one perspective, you see just like a flatty round thing, but when you look at it from another perspective, it's an egg. Yeah.
That's right. See, and so are we. We come out of an egg too, and we've got different hover bodies, and that's what that whole thing is all about. So, and that's what we are. We're transcending in a sphere. Okay, here we go. Now, people can read this, but I'll read it. During abduction, the human body and mind are temporarily separated through a form of perceptual interference. The mind's vibrational rate is accelerated while the body is slowed, creating a temporary split in frequency bands. This allows the physical organism to be moved through time or dimensional portals. Now, okay, so in time, we're up here and going forward. So that's where we get deja vu when they split us. Through time and dimensional portals without damage. Talking about damage, I have instance where I've just woken up and I've just had, my whole stomach's been covered in little pink dots. And my boyfriend at the time, he woke up and his whole stomach was covered in little dots. It's something to do with the blood crystallizing, going in a light and then coming back again. I'm not sure, but anyway, that was a freaky thing too. So the mind's vibrational rate is accelerated while the body is slowed, creating a temporary split in frequency bands. This allows the physical organism to be moved through time or dimensional portals without damage, often transitioning into light patterns for modification before being reassembled. When the mind and the body reintegrate, the memory of these experiences may be fragmented or delayed until the neurological and systems adjust. Over time, flashes of memory surface, sometimes triggering by sensory cues or hypnosis. Physical evidence, scars, implants, or missing time often follows the body, yada, 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 yada. So that's basically what's happening.
Okay.
Let's go quickly past this. Yes. Didn't really want to talk about this, but I'm going to talk about this. Didn't really want to talk about this. You can read
We
it.
don't have to talk about it if you're not,
Well, they were marks left on me.
Okay.
Yeah. You can see the triangle up the top here. And yes, I don't know which species is worse. You don't see them each other over for a goddamn percentage. Yes.
Yeah, really.
Yes. Okay, here's the frequency fence. It does say here North Korea fires an intercontinental missile, but what I saw in the video of this, and I took a screenshot of this, is the frequency fence. It's called the net.
Okay.
And you can see that the intercontinental missile has lit up the net behind the missile, and it's called the frequency fence. And I suggest people to go and, maybe go on Lisa Renee and have a look at the frequency fence if you want to understand mind control.
Okay.
That's how they're doing it.
Oh, okay.
Putting it in the planet. They put it in the planet.
Okay.
And then it filters down into us. And this frequency fence has been used to protect us. It's also been used to manipulate us over millennia.
Yeah.
It's been used for both.
Yeah.
Sometimes it blocks stuff out. Sometimes it puts stuff in the grids. It filters into the grids.
Yeah.
It happened to capture that. It's just amazing. Like whoa, okay. And this is Shibi. Shibi is a blue Anahazi feline, 6D-dimensional feline.
Okay.
Anahazi, she speaks in the Anahazi language, which is the original language. Some of that language is in my music too, and I actually have the English description underneath. So she comes to me all the time and gives me information and stuff like that, and I finally got to actually create her in AI, and that's what she looks like. Beautiful.
That's beautiful. And can you just to clarify, to go back to the image of Shibi, this being is from Eka, like you talked about before, or is
no? She's from sixth dimension.
Okay, so
she's 6D.
So this is what race of being then? This is the.
She's the feline.
Okay.
Anahazi.
Okay.
And she's represented by blue gold frequency.
Okay, great. So basically, the Anuhazi are a race of feline people at 6D.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I understand. So I just wanted to just make sure I understood. Thank you.
Yeah, and Anuhazi is the first language on our planet before.
Anuhazi, okay.
Anuhazi, yeah. It comes from the Mahabharata. The Mahabharata, which is the Hindu text, it's got some Hindu Anuhazi language in it, that kind of thing. It was before the Tower of Babel, where they got us all babbling. So it was before that. This is coming back to us now, and that says a lot.
And now is this a Lyran version or is
yes?
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay. Yes. From Lyra, yes. Well, Lyra would be the physical, whereas she's
the 6D. Okay, so Lyran is more the 3D physical. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
and then the Shibi is
6D.
more the 6D. Okay, I understand.
Yeah, she's more 6D.
Okay.
So when I have my visuals, she comes to me and she doesn't frighten me. Especially in meditation, I do the 12D shield, Merkaba, that kind of thing. And she's the one that comes through. Sometimes she'll morph on my face and come back. She'll like a print will come out and back. Especially if I'm looking in the mirror, I was looking for my aura, and she'll come over. She'll overlay on my face like a blue visual over her, and I'm like, whoa, okay.
Okay, so she's in a way using your body as a portal because she's traveling through and showing herself and then going back in, type of thing.
Kind of. Kind of.
Oh, okay.
They never want to impose on people's will. They don't want to impose on you. You have to give them permission and that kind of thing. So she'll come in. She comes into my dreams, my intuition, just everywhere. And I'll be like, okay. And then she told me her name. I'm like, oh, wow, okay.
But it's a pretty name.
And then I started to create her, and I started to do the AI, and I'm like, oh, my God, is this what it looks like? And she's like, yeah, that's it. I'm like, okay. Because I did thousands of images before I got to her.
Oh, okay.
Before it was right. And she's like, yeah, that's it. And see how muscular she is?
Yeah, really.
Okay, so they're androgynous.
Okay.
They're male and female. But sometimes some of them will lean a little bit more to the female side, and that's what she's like. She's a little bit more on the female side. But, yeah, they're very muscular.
Oh, okay.
Really fit.
I wouldn't mind being fit like that. I can tell you that for now,
Well, you're in that. When you're in their frequency, you've got no choice but to be harmoniously perfect because you've got no toxins. And when I see her, you can tell. She just doesn't have any toxins in her.
Yeah.
You can just tell.
Yeah.
Amazing, beautiful, pure being.
Yeah.
Just incredible.
Yeah. Hook me up.
I will. These are just some
Please
of the links
do.
that I put in. These are just some of the links that I've got with my music and stuff like that.
Absolutely. We're going to definitely. I'll ask you to send me those links so that I can put it in the description below, because your music is incredible, and also you have to let people know where they can buy your music and support.
Just look up Nicole Temple.
Okay.
And it's on. I'm on everywhere. Spotify. iTunes, everywhere. That's generally, but I will definitely send you. I'll send you the links.
Okay. And
so that's about it, really.
Okay, that's great. Absolutely. And if you want, you can stop sharing. I'd love to go over some questions that we have. We have a whole bunch of questions from members, if that's okay with you, if we could ask you some questions. So I just want to, this is great. I absolutely love, thank you so much. Your presentation was amazing. There was so much there. And
I could go on for hours. I could sit here and talk to you for hours.
Perfect. I'm having such a good time, and this is great. I just want to sort of go back, and because I know people were putting some stuff in the comments, and I didn't want to interrupt your presentation. So I have Kelly saying this is feeling high energy. I felt high energy, that's for sure. I was dancing around there and having a good time. Let me just see here. And I have here one of our members, NEVK87. Nikki, everything you say resonates with dreams I had, the deja vu, etc. So that's nice. That's really, really, really beautiful. And we have here, let's see, Hybridor, orbs and connections to higher angelic realms beings is what Chris Bledsoe has been explaining to the world. Did you want to comment on that?
He's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of orbs have been around my mum, and you can see people in there. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they can be people from our past. Sometimes it can be our ancestors. Mm-hmm. We are our ancestors anyway. They've got all our DNA in us. Mm-hmm. It's just that some of it's been shut off, and that's thinking things in holistic terms is what they're trying to teach me. Okay. They're trying to teach me that nothing is black or white. There is no good or bad. God made bad shit too. Yeah. Get over it. Yeah. Stop judging. You've got no right to judge. I'm not sitting here preaching. I do it every day, and I have to pull myself back. We
all do.
It's hard. But this is what they're teaching. I'm starting to get it, This is what I'm starting to teach, that this is about spheres. And once we get control, the control panel of the sphere, we can have our own destiny instead of having people at school trying to teach us what to say or do. We know that system was wrong. That's why we felt icky with it. Yeah, exactly. Talk about crushing people's creativity.
Exactly. And it's funny, what's interesting is that look, we all have different types of children, but children are really sweet until they go to school, and then they start getting crazy, and you're just like, what's happening? The worst comes out. And it doesn't mean that all school is bad and then, this and that. Okay, but I mean, really, I don't know, school does something, and it's done on purpose to make you these and people that are just sitting there and regurgitating, those are the people that are rewarded, and they make sure, you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. I have another question here from Walter. I think it's Bruce Cornett. Is that you, Bruce? Nikki, many orbs are small. Are the angel ones small as well? I'm not sure if that...
They started small, and then they became huge, like life size. Mm-hmm. So they can go whatever size they want. Okay. It's just that they'll come up small so they don't frighten you. And sometimes with those orbs, you can see your ancestors in them. Mm-hmm. So that says to me, that's our spirits. That's what they call spirit. It's our spirits. That's our ancestral spirits that are still here with us. And sometimes they can communicate, and sometimes we pick that up, you know.
Okay. And I have here Kelly. Hi, Kelly. And she says, I've seen the light tunnel during the OBE. And I think this goes back. I think I remember seeing her comment pop up when you had stopped the video and you were like, wee! And you were like, you were just being pulled. And I think, and she sees that. So would you say that an OBE, out of body experience, OBE,
Yes.
allows you to have the same kind of experience? Did you want to just comment on that?
It's exactly the same. And what we saw was curved like this. Sometimes they'll show you convex, which means that way.
Okay.
They'll show you the outside, and you could be sitting on the edge of the earth, and the projections are on the outside, and you're looking at it from that perspective. They show you that too, which is really bizarre, but that's when you start to get along with the stages where you go, okay, so it's not exactly like that. It could be that too. It's like, wow. They show you different perspectives. It's like, wow, this is incredible. They show you every point of light on the sphere. Okay, so the sphere is a star, and it's got points of light on it, and those points are like eyes, like cones, like your chakras, so that you can see. And when you turn these, it's like angle, particle, rotation, spin. When you change that is when you see a different perspective. So that's what's happening with the eyes and the cones and the chakras in here and in our pineal gland, is that we are really just a bunch of multiple points on a star.
Okay.
And when we shift the angle, rotation, oscillation, spin, is when we start to see and perceive certain things in those dimensions, because every chakra correlates to the dimensions. So when you open that, you see that dimension. 1, 2, 3, we're saying 3D. I'm seeing 4, 5, and 6.
Oh, wow.
Right? So we're a star. Just imagine your Merkaba star, and that every point is an eye, like a cone, an eye that they see for you to see in every... This is how the spaceships work. You always see them. They're always at a 45-degree angle. Why? Because that's their frequency. They're there. They're not here. They're here.
Okay.
They're horizontal. They're not here. So that's why.
Okay.
That's how they perceive. And this is how we perceive. We perceive angular rotation through our chakras and our star, our pineal. Like a clock, is a different perspective and different realms, and every chakra is correlated to all the different frequencies. I hope people try and understand that.
Yeah.
That's the mechanics behind spheres and what we are. You can't see it, but that's what we are. That's how we're doing it. That's how we're perceiving it.
Yeah.
And chakras have got cones in them, which are like eyes, the same retinas that we got.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying about in my song when I'm showing you that the chakra opened up into a portal.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what they are.
Oh, okay. Got
Chakras
it.
are portals, and they open up to these correlating dimensions so that you can see in whatever angle, rotation, spin you're at. Each one is your perception. And this is how I think if you put that together with everybody on the planet, there's millions and millions of different points of view and different stars and and this is why we can't judge, because everyone sees things slightly differently.
Well, and literally, they literally see it differently. It's not even a matter of like, oh, let's just be like, kumbaya. It's really when you see things differently, right? That you're going to see that.
Yes.
It's true.
And that really needs respect, because that's the judgment. Oh no, this is how it is. That's how it is. Tug of war. No.
Yeah.
Your experiences are yours. That's how it is, and that needs to be respected. Everyone sees things differently, and that needs to be.
But
respected.
you know what's? Oh, sorry. Go on.
And it's not like all the one thinking that you should be like a hive mind, like the Greys. That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa. Keep our diversity, because we're so beautiful creatures with our diversity and our animals. Our planet is full of diversity. Every other planet seems to be all uniform and they're all the same. That must be really boring.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the reason why, we've had this conversation on this planet where, different groups are trying to keep this planet. I know that we have one of our members, Susan Johnson, who's going to be talking with us about that, and about how there are different groups and groups that she works with who are trying to keep this planet and the diversity on this planet intact and alive, and trying to get rid of all
Yeah.
this negativity. And it's very important
Yeah.
because we're special in that way, not in an ego sense, but more sort of like it's special to keep the diversity going. So thank
That's
you,
right.
Susan, for all the work that you do. I have another thing here. Kelly wanted to know, has Nikki seen huge beings, like big, huge beings that maybe, because you've seen different types of beings. Have you ever seen beings that are like big and tall or massive? Not sure.
I have. I've seen Archangel Michael,
Oh,
and
okay.
that's not good.
Oh, no? Really? Did you want to get into that? No?
That is Leviathan. That is
Okay.
deception.
Okay.
That's
So
bad deception.
Archangel Michael, really? Oh, okay.
I used to love him.
Yeah. Okay. So so
A
you
lot of
used
people
to,
do.
and you loved him,
Well,
and so
you can't get close to Jesus. So he's the second one,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's more accessible on earth, right? So everyone's worshipping Archangel Michael.
No, and who have you if you really liked Archangel Michael, like way back when you found out about him, who did you switch to, or who did you more connect with instead of Archangel Michael?
Myself and my inner God.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think all of that worshipness, they shall not worship idols. This is another universal law because you're giving your power away,
Okay.
right? So all these images I've seen, oh, Archangel Michael, no, that's great. I'll be right for a week. Yeah, I won't get targeted. No, yeah, bullshit. No,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay.
That's
Very interesting.
huge
Well,
deception.
yeah. Okay.
I
Well, thank
hate
you
to
for
be
letting-
the bad news about that, but
Okay.
I'm here to help us
Okay.
so that we go down the right path and we're not deceived. And I've been there, done that, and boy, have I fallen down some pitfalls, and that's one of them. It's like, do not worship idols,
Okay. Got it.
period.
That's good. Well, no, for sure. We have to learn to trust ourselves and to learn that we have God within all of us, and that
Exactly.
And the thing is, I think one of the things that's changing on this planet, and that's also goes down. I could go down this where we have different beings on this planet that have been using deception to hide our divinity from us, and
Yes.
that there's
You hit
and
that
that
right on the head. I'm going to
Yeah.
write a song about that.
yeah. And
Brilliant.
that we're,
Yeah.
that God exists within it. We are fractals of the Godhead, as it
That's
were.
right.
You know what I mean?
God expressing
Itself through
herself
yeah,
through all of
exactly.
us. Yeah, through different
Yeah.
perceptions and stuff like that. Yes. Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So see how bad it is when well, not bad, I shouldn't use that word, but when things get you to project on the outside, like worshipping Archangel Michael, that's when you start to innately realize, hang on, it's not fundamentally good because you're giving your power away to a symbol. And sometimes behind that symbol is deception and can lead you down a dark road.
Yeah.
We don't want to go that. There are too many lost souls that are just
Yeah.
recycling here over and over again,
Exactly.
reincarnating over. And we're not supposed to do that.
No. Exactly. Yeah. It's I've spoken
We're
again.
supposed to ascend out.
Yeah. And what's interesting is that people are talking about how this is a form of deception, yes, but it's a form of control put in by different, beings, some gray, some others, that have been here to keep, excuse me, humanity down
Yes.
and to keep us in control. And we are slowly starting to lift up the blindfold and say, wait a minute,
Yeah.
this
And
seems like
and
a
that's
lot of
what that
BS.
frequency see that frequency fence? That's what that does. It blacks out your DNA. Like, that's another thing behind all the blackness in the sky up. There's energy behind that. I've seen that energy. What it is, it looks like your DNA is black, blocking it out. That's why it looks black. But behind that is silver, sandy, sparkly, like glitter. And I've seen this on the ships too. It's
Yeah.
just covered it with everywhere. And they talk about ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Okay, so you've got two choices. You can either ascend out here, fully conscious with all your memories, or you can fall and be scattered
Okay.
and become that dust without your memories. You still go back to God, source, but you just take the longer way home. And so behind all that blackness in the sky with the stars and stuff like that is
Okay.
consciousness. That consciousness looks like silver glitter, sand mixed with sand, sparkly stuff.
It sounds
That's
nice though.
consciousness. That's it's us,
Yeah,
but it's
exactly.
us not ascended out of the time matrix. It's us that have fallen, that are still recycling, and that's what it is. It's all of that. It's
Okay.
amazing. But that's the two things. That's why when you start to learn about ascension mechanics, and I know that there are a lot of people out there that have actually twisted that and said that it doesn't exist, that this is a la 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 la. And I'm here to tell you, nah.
Yeah.
It's not true. It's because you don't understand the mechanics behind it. I've been studying this for 20 years. I know the mechanics behind it.
Okay.
And I'm still learning.
Yeah.
And it's here and it's a gift and it should be cherished.
Yeah.
Not
Absolutely.
crapped on and thought of, of some, bullshit secret space stuff, people saying, oh, Ascension's this, Ascension. Yeah, I'm not falling for it anymore.
No.
They're just repeating stuff that they don't know anything, that they haven't even studied. They don't even know what they're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, this information is coming through and it's a gift for us and it's coming through all of us. We're trying to get that information out here so that we can be more empowered to the coming events. And boy, are there some, get the popcorn out. Oh, there's some events coming, that's for sure. So
That's it.
it's going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah.
I
And
think twice about hopping on those ships too.
oh yeah. Okay. And just a quick sidebar on that. Some people have said that when the time comes, excuse me, to pass on from this earth into the next plane, they say don't go towards the light. Ask to be sent home. What do you think about that?
I say, yeah, that's correct. Ask to be sent home. Ask to be sent home. Take me to the Eka. That's the outside, and that graph I showed you, the Eka is right on the outside there, the Unisai. Yunsai, the Unisai, uniform, Unisai.
Okay.
There's a lot of false white light deceptions with and all that kind of stuff, but everyone's different, and so everyone needs to understand that not all white light is bad, and then you could be going to a different, it depends on your karmic soul and everything else that's connected to you, that where you're going. So some people still have to stay here and reincarnate because they haven't learned. They haven't, their DNA has not awakened to the point where they can actually go into another dimension.
Okay.
And this is what the ETs are trying to teach us. Awaken the DNA. It's in there already. It's just that we don't remember it, and that cellular memory is coming online. We're starting to seek out, hey, there's something more that's going on with this planet. It's full of mystery. It's time to awaken up.
Yeah.
And broaden your perspective from being a little keyhole to a sphere. And once you see that sphere, it's like, this is just incredible stuff. I feel really lucky. I don't know, I've been through a lot of negative stuff, and it has been almost soul destroying, and I really don't understand why I'm here, still here after some of the things that have happened. And all I can say is that I probably had somebody up there looking out for me, because there were times where I just didn't want to be here anymore because it's too god friggin' hard to do this by ourselves, and we're left, and the people up the top that are supposed to be taking care of us. Now, where the bloody hell are you guys? You've just left us here and you keep everything, all secret, and you're only letting little bits and out to save your own ass. It's like, this...
But you know what,
all
though?
I can say is that the good forces are much bigger than the negative ones.
Yeah.
They are much more powerful and a lot more bigger. They're, like you said about the pendulum. Source waits for the pendulum to hit a certain point where it's that bad. It's like, okay, now we're bringing it back.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And what's interesting about what you're saying is that, and I've said it again on the show, people who watch the show know where I'm going with this, is that a lot of people that are starseeds, light workers, spiritual workers, a lot of us have gone through the shits in order to get to where we are now. We have seen the worst of the worst. We have been through addiction, we have been through
Yeah.
abuse, we have been through
Yeah.
hell, we've been completely crushed and thought, oh my God, why am I here? Only
Yeah.
to come out the other side and say, okay. And yeah, there's a lot of negativity, you know, but there's also a part where you say, wow, I've seen all of that. And now I'm like on the clouds and I can see it. I can really see clearly now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I think
But
that every time I bring someone on the show, it seems to be people come from different backgrounds and doing different things, but we are all star seeds. I know now what I'm looking at is that we are all star seeds because we have been through hell. And it's
yeah.
that baptism of hell fire
Fire.
that brings us
Yes.
through to that next
Yes.
level. So thank you for
Yes.
that.
Yes, definitely baptism of fire going through there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's part of all the process where it's just testing your resolve. Like if you can survive this school, then you can survive
You
anything.
can survive anywhere. Yeah.
Anywhere, and understanding these negative forces is something that we really need to understand, that they're not human. I can't, guys, the ones at the top, they're not human. Mother Earth doesn't create humans to kill her.
Yeah. And
It would be counterproductive.
yeah.
So you've got to.
I find that humans have to wake up because we not only have to be better humans, we also have to be better custodians of the planet. And we have to be better
Yes.
custodians towards the animals because people know I'm a big animal lover. Like I'm a big animal lover. I love all
A lot of
animals.
starseeds are.
You know?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
it just
yeah,
crushes
yeah.
me when I see that, they're suffering and I can't. You know what I mean?
Because you know that it's not right. You know that it goes against the laws of nature when people are like that, and we innately know that, and that we feel very, very uncomfortable in this frequency with all this stuff going on. But it's like a school, and we're being tested, and there's karmic stuff that needs to be done, and there's so many other levels that we don't really understand at the moment, but there are. Yeah, there are definitely negative forces out there that are manipulating on a level, on so many different levels with tech that is just mind-blowing. But there are also good forces out there, and I think people forget that there's too much talk about the negative stuff because people want to know, but yet we've got to focus more on the positive stuff, and we've got to understand that there are forces out there that are actually helping us in ways that we don't fully understand, and we're still here. I mean, the last two seedings has been wiped out. We are at our third seeding. We have been wiped out twice before.
Yeah.
This is our third seeding. This 6,000 year cycle is our
Yeah.
third seeding. So we have been wiped out before. Those memories are still there.
Yeah.
We can be afraid. But you know what? Like, so what? You die, you're going to go. You can't control it anyway.
No.
So why try?
Yeah.
So who's doing the controlling of the ascension process? Who's doing the controlling of the death process? Who's doing the controlling? The earth doesn't need energy and money to keep going. So why do we have to pay to live on the planet?
Exactly. And I've heard that happen. I've heard that, I can't remember who it was, but there was a contactee who was told by other aliens that we don't understand. You have to pay to be on your own planet.
Yeah.
And it's so true. And it was like, oh, and I never thought of it that way. I thought, oh, it's true. Why am I, and who are these people controlling? Why am I paying? What's going on?
Yeah.
It's very weird.
These are the fundamental questions that people are starting to wake up and answer and work out. I was like, hang on a minute. Isn't it fabulous? Ask questions and don't be afraid. And there's too many programs out there trying to teach us that we are low, that we are, unworthy,
control.
This and that. No, all of that.
It's
and
control.
in actual fact, we actually whole human beings with a 12-strand DNA that just hasn't been activated yet. We were the original guardians and the angelic human race of this planet until stuff came in.
Okay.
And they blacked out your DNA, which is why you can't see out of there.
Of course.
And I was talking to Kevin the other day and I said, how come we can see it and they can't? It's like because of your DNA. This is why we're here. And how do you awaken your DNA? By asking questions and then coming on to shows like this.
Exactly.
Hey,
And it's so much fun to meet other starseeds and to know that we've all been through this. But at the same time, I'm also I'm also encouraged because I see that we are starting to wake up. And also the so-called junk DNA that they call junk DNA is the DNA that is starting to awaken because we're being activated. We're being slowly
Yes,
activated. And so that's why
big
we're
time.
having memory. And we also have good memories and we have bad memories. We have stuff like the trauma from Atlantis. That's a trauma that a lot of us are still sort of working through. And, not so much as in terms of Lemuria, but definitely Atlantis was a very, very traumatic time.
Yes.
And, but
Trying
you
to bring
said,
that
like, it's
back.
true. But, who cares? Let's get through it. But it's a trauma, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stop
And,
taking things so personally and see it for what it is. I know that's hard. I do the same thing, but it's like they're trying to bring Atlantis back. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, the Atlantean kings are coming back." That's not a good thing. They
yeah,
blew up. They
exactly.
blew up. I've been to Cancun. I've seen the air-conditioned beach. The
Okay.
crystals of the sand there have got holes in them because they're quartz because they were blowing up there. That's why the sand is called the
Okay.
air-conditioned beach because they blew it up there. That's where Atlantis was. There's three Atlantis. There's Nohasa, there was Brenner, Lower Atlantis, and there was Noha
Okay.
Atlantis. And Noha Atlantis is Noah Atlantis.
Okay.
So I could go on and on and on about that, but that's what these Atlantean nasty kings are trying to bring back, this total control and
Exactly.
all this stuff. It's like they went so far they blew up the planet and they shifted it off a 25-degree
Exactly.
angle. We're not exactly there, we're there. That's why.
Yeah.
It's like these ETs can blow up planets.
Yeah.
These ETs can move planets. These ETs have ships bigger than the Earth.
Yes.
What does that say about their pineal gland? Holy cow, can you imagine? These beings, my God. You'd want to make sure that they're really positive and not going around just sucking up, planets like a black hole. A lot of these negative entities are coming through this black hole. So,
Yeah. But you know what though? I can only sort of put my opinion on it. I can't, but something tells me when I sort of lock into and I sort of connect to that higher source and I sort of read the energy, I feel that we've been like true, we've been blown up before as a race. You've had to be seated again and again. But I feel that this time's going to be different, and I'm not trying to say that as sort of like
I
a
agree.
childish kind of BS. I really feel that this time the lessons have been learned, the lessons we've been through, and as starseeds, we are outnumbering, and that's why they're trying to pull out all the stops and they're trying to show and they're trying to bring in the look, AI can work, like AI can be positive, it can do different things, but they're also trying to use like anything, it's like anything, you can take anything and make it negative, all that kind of stuff, and they're
The
trying their
intent behind
best
it.
to make it negative, and this time we're like, not this time, that kind of thing. And so
Yeah.
it's I don't know, how do you feel about that?
I've been criticized for using AI, but it tells my stories
Yes.
in a quick, fabulous way. I mean, my music was all done on Pro Tools and I do all my vocals and stuff like that. I went to university to learn to do all that, audio engineering. However, the visuals you see are AI. And I said to Kevin last week, how you don't know how hard it is to try and teach AI metaphysical concepts or alien concepts and I said it's a hit or a miss. The video you saw today was a hit. I've had
Okay.
plenty of misses, right?
Okay.
So, but it gives me an opportunity to teach and tell my story through my music and just drop little nuggets so people go, oh, what's that? I'll go and Google that, or I'll go and read a book about that, or I'll find information about that. That's what I think I'm here to
Of
do
course.
through my art.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's
To,
it.
to
You're
do that.
using it in a positive way. It's like anything. And food can
Yes,
be nourishing or food can destroy your body. Like, it depends on what you're
yes,
eating. You know what I mean? If you're eating
that's right.
McDonald's every day, if you're eating like fresh organic fruit, it's food.
Yes,
But
exactly.
sorry?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So again, judgment. It's this judgment I see all the time. This negative judgment. People judging everybody else, and they're this and they're that, and I'm like, Please stop the judgment. We don't need any of that. I'm talking about negative judgment.
Yeah.
I'm better than him, and that person's doing that, and this is that, and Ascension's this.
Yeah,
And
but
that.
that's
And
that
it's like,
negative,
yeah.
negative ET bullshit that there's, been used
Oh,
to the darkness and all that kind of stuff. So enough with
and the
that.
programming coming
Yes,
through the
programming.
TV and
It's
everything like that.
negative, old
Oh,
historical. It's old programming that they're trying to sew
it
in
is.
to bring us back down. And I think what I find interesting, especially with the younger generations, is that and it's interesting because a lot of people are saying, well, I don't understand all this sort of like, pronouns and people are, different genders and all that kind of stuff. I think it's
Oh,
because it's
yeah.
bringing us to a level where you're not even able to say, well, good and bad, male and
Yes,
female. It'll just be
yes,
sort of like,
yes.
whoop, it's just blurring all the lines, as it were. And that's changing who we are.
Yes, absolutely. See, and that lexicon can change your DNA. When people talk about, how do you change your DNA? Is it from the inside out? Yeah, it is, but it's also you programming yourself with certain linguistics, and that's the certain things that we can read. This is what Starseeds are really good at,
Yeah.
reading through those linguistics to say, hang on a minute, that's the program there. I'm not doing that. That's another one. See, so people are waking up to
Yeah,
that.
they
And this
are.
is a fabulous time to be alive. That
It
we're
is.
actually learning all this, and the coming events.
Yeah.
I've got nothing to say about it, only that it's going to be pretty full on,
Yeah.
and to really go inside and trust yourself, because I think what you're going to be seeing is going to be a lot of deception, especially with this. The ETs are here, and then this, and they're contacting people on a personal basis, one on one. There's just no way that they can land on the White House
No, no,
lawn
no.
and
No, if it
conduct
was
a
land on
press
the White House lawn,
conference.
then for sure you know that it's deception. That's hands down. So
Yeah.
no, no, no.
Exactly. So they're not going to do that. And what's that going to do? It's going to scare everyone. They don't want to scare us. Look what happened to me when I had that positive experience. I was petrified. And that was a good one. I've had people on my show talking to me about some of the really horrible stuff that's gone on with the reps and all that kind of stuff. That's been like, oh my God, I'm so lucky I didn't have a negative experience like that. That would have absolutely terrified me.
Yeah.
I'm lucky in a way that I've only had really positive experiences with the metaphysics. Just I've only had problems with the people on Earth.
Exactly. But that's often the case, eh? That's often the case. I
But
just
hang on,
want to.
are they really people?
Are they real
really
people?
Those people?
Yeah.
Are they really?
Yeah,
Or
I know.
are they a negative entity in that soul that's taking people? to an
Exactly.
underground
No, I
base?
honestly feel that that's what's
You know?
happening. That I know David Icke talks about that as well in some of his work, and I love David Icke. Just wanted to sort of get back to some questions here. I have Susan who says, I have several permanent triangles on my forehead, left index finger, and they're the same color as my skin. So did you want to sort of go back and comment on the triangles? Have you had more triangles appear on your body, or
Yeah.
you want to sort of we can circle
Yeah,
back on
they're
that?
on my knees. They've been on my forehead too. But I don't think you can probably see them on my fringe at the moment. But it's a bit hard to see. But which is why I took those photos of them. But it's that's after contact. The triangles are usually the greys, the trilateral emission, and the greys are associated with that. So the triangles are after you've been abducted. They leave that on the body. They like to brand us. Every different ET experiencer, or maybe my lab or underground base personnel or whatever,
Yeah.
they like to brand us.
But we do that to animals as well.
Exactly. Right? So it's branding. They're letting you know who's been abducting you. And then abduction doesn't necessarily mean a negative thing. It can be you've been abducted to get knowledge. It doesn't necessarily mean it's been twisted, that word, so much, or taken, whatever, So that's what it is. You could be an upgrade, or it could be they're putting tracking devices on you, or it could be a multitude of different things. But it's usually the greys are highly associated with triangles, and most of the time when I've been on group discussions with people, they've talked about the greys, and I know one guy that's had a triangle on every single finger. He was right in the Gulf of Mexico, right on a portal there, right Sarasota Sarasota, Florida there. So there was a base there. And then he showed me other hands, like bing, 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 bing. And it's like, oh my God. So yeah, it's usually greys that have taken and left their mark on you with triangles.
Wow. And if I could ask us a artistic question, your video was really quite nice. I mean, I know it's AI, but it's still very beautiful, and it was very, very inspiring, and got me dancing. What kind of just out of curiosity, what kind of platform were you using to make your videos, like with the music video? What?
Oh, you mean like the programs and
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Open Art. I use Open Art and I use Pro Tools.
Oh, okay.
Pro Tools is for the music, but Open Art is for the videos.
Okay.
And like I said, trying to teach it, metaphysical and alien concepts is a real hit and miss. And I'm getting better at it and better as I teach it, and it's starting to pick up on certain things. And then I'll have a bad day and it'll be complete crap, and I'll go, "This has totally lost the whole plot of what the." Because there's only stuff I can rhyme with and I can put out that I don't want to be too full on, because I've seen other artists do it, and every title, it's all negative stuff like My Lab and abduction and and I'm like, I just don't want to go there. It never ends up any good. And I've been there, done that with the darkness, and I'm here for the light now. I don't need to go down that era, that thing anymore. And so I'm trying to bring in more of these beautiful concepts, like you saw with the chakra opening up to a portal. I mean, that couldn't get any more perfect than that. That was a real hit that day. I thought, wow, that is exactly what chakras are. A portal, just amazing. So yeah, Open Art AI.
That's really, really
and it
nice.
Costs.
I'm
it
sorry?
costs a lot. Costs a lot.
Oh, really?
It's not cheap. Yeah, it's not
Okay,
cheap.
wow.
And that's another thing too. Like a lot of people think that there's a lot of advertisements out there saying, "Oh, you just press a button and you talk into it and bang, it does it." Not for when you're doing stuff like that.
No, I don't think so.
I'm so niche. I'm a niche of a niche of a niche of a niche. It's okay if you're doing generals, kind of generic stuff, but when you're doing stuff like I'm doing, you have to be really specific. So trying to teach it specifics like that is just, it's taking its time, but it's getting there, and it's going to be amazing in the next. I can't imagine where I'll be in the next couple of years with this stuff. I'll be like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel so empowered now that I can gather and use these tools and show visuals like I did today, for people to get an understanding. Because everyone says your picture tells 1,000 words, doesn't it? So having those visuals, and actually you guys get concepts about the sphere and the wings.
Yeah.
And you could see it becoming a sphere in that, and that's exactly what it does. So I feel blessed that I'm in a position where I can do all this now, and I'm skilled enough to actually do that now. I can put all that knowledge in there without feel safe about it, without having repercussions and stuff.
Yeah. No, I think it's a really, I think that AI, if used carefully and properly, like any other tool. Right?
Yes.
Like I said about the food and all that. Like any other tool, it can be used to give people more, I think for artists especially, a lot more creative freedom. And it's really sort of like, I think it'll get to the point where it will just know what you want. Like you'll just, like, I think there's going to be, I don't like the idea of like the neural link and stuff like that, but I think there's going to be.
Like the light chip?
Yeah. Exactly, like the light chip. Yeah, exactly. I think it'll just because.
Come outside, take a photo.
Exactly.
How did I know that? How do I know that? That's not a coincidence. Look how every time you go outside, you get to see the UFOs and you take a picture. How do you know that? I don't know, but it's a prompt. It's a pulse. It's a go outside and take. Oh my God.
Yeah, amazing. Exactly, and I think it'll just be like, because a lot of I've heard a lot of stories of people with ships that say that all they have to do is think about something and the ship is ready. It's not so much that it reads, it reads the thoughts in a sense, because you are the ship and the ship is you, and you're just all integrated into one, and you're able to sort of, that's how they say they fly through space. They just think of a place where they want to go. And because everything is here in the now, and everything is energy and everything is consciousness, you pop up there because that's where you are.
And that's what you can do in the other dimensions too.
Exactly.
Think about something and you're there.
Exactly.
So this is what we're learning. Like, am I part of a ship? I think I am. There's a ship in the water. I had a remote viewer saying, Nikki, you're part of a ship. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. But it's there and I'm seeing it and it's prompting me and I'm here today and I can tell my story. So I must be doing something good.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No,
So
absolutely, for sure.
I feel blessed. I'm in this era where I can actually, tell my stories, and that creative freedom. Oh my God, the creative freedom that I've got right now is it's just flowing out of me. That's been held in for so long, and I hope when I'm not even here anymore that I'm leaving a legacy of beautiful stories and music that everybody can look at. Absolutely. To say, hey, that helped me, that inspired me to go and write that piece of music. That stopped me from being fearful about ET contact. Thank you so much. That helped me in a way to inspire me to live a better life and not be frightened anymore. I am worthy. Yeah. I am a beautiful human being that has been created by God. Exactly. I don't need any of this outside stuff. Everything is inside me. My cellular memory is there. I just need to stop, pause, meditate, breathe, do all the practices that everyone's doing. They get their information, as long as you're getting their information from your inner source and not on the intranet or the frequency fence or the other crap that's out there that's pinging and pulsing things to do horrible shit,
Yeah, exactly. And just before we get back to a question, I had a question myself. Excuse me. You mentioned you have a son. And I just wanted to know, seeing as he's the next generation, how is it as a mother seeing your child? And I mean, that your son is lucky because to have a mom like you. Wow, I can't imagine what you would have been like if you had a mom like you. Like you were saying that your parents, your family didn't really understand you, but what must it be like to raise your child in that way and your child to have that kind of freedom? What is your son like? He must, I mean, not to find out personal information, but more like as a human, as a divine soul. What is he experiencing?
I have a daughter as well.
Okay.
She's more into the spirituality than what he is.
Okay.
He's more into gaming, and so he's more open to all the concepts in gaming.
Okay.
And this is another thing I'm talking about, is that I want to get some of my music licensee synced into games. See? Because he's been telling me all the stuff you've been talking about, Mum, is in my games.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, wow, really? He's like, yep, there's this, and this. And it's becoming more sophisticated and more advanced as, we get 3D reality headsets and all this kind of stuff. Okay. It's all there. My daughter is a DJ, and she goes around Australia, and she's does her the same thing as the spiritual stuff through her music. Is more ambient, more, they call it doofers and festivals and all that kind of stuff. So she's it's more on the maybe you could call the hippie kind of side of the festivals, and she gets flown around Australia playing the music. Now, she got more of the stuff than what my son did, and she would sit at 3 o'clock in the morning watching David Icke videos till 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, that's great.
going, it's real. It's real. And it wasn't until years later that she goes, this is all, everything I've watched, everything you've told me is real, isn't it, Mum? I'm like, yeah, it is. She's like, oh my God. And so she's incorporated that into her music. My son incorporates his philosophies and knowledge about all of this. He's just like an Einstein, basically. He's like a walking library.
Okay, wow.
So because he's experienced stuff with me, the crazy stuff in the house, same with my daughter, he knows, they both know what was going on to a certain level. They don't know all the other stuff. It's too heavy for them. So maybe when they're a bit older, I'll tell them a little bit more about what was going on in the house at the time. Okay. But at that particular time when I first woke up, it was just chaos. It was just crazy. And they knew something was up and something was going on too, because they were experiencing it too. And next thing you know, we've got stuff flying over the house, and they're like, oh my God, they're filming it. And they're like, whoa. It did isolate them at school because it was so long ago. I'm going back about nearly 20 years ago. when I first woke up. But at school, it was hard because they were living in a different consciousness than everybody else, and
Of
that
course.
created problems because they could see that people were judging them for just being who they are, and they didn't quite understand that they had extrasensory perception, that they could pick up on stuff that other people couldn't pick up on, and that made them kind of targeted and made them more resilient.
But that's also the
So
path of the starseed, eh? Like, and we've been that is the path of the starseed. So I mean, they're
It
and they're
is.
young, like you have to sort of give them some slack. But like, I mean, I'd like to see them in another 10 years when they're starting to sort of tip into 30.
Oh,
They're going to be
they'll
different.
be
It's gonna be very different.
amazing. You know what, Pistol? I can't wait to hop in a spaceship and fly around in one
Yeah,
consciously.
absolutely,
I hope
absolutely.
they get to go in a spaceship and fly around the Earth. Maybe I might be gone by then, but at least I'd pass my knowledge on that they understand that these ships are organic, they're made of light, and they are part of our consciousness and their
Absolutely.
consciousness too. And that's how it works.
Yeah, absolutely. So just sort of getting back to a couple of comments and questions here. I have NVK 87. I appreciate the visuals very much. So thank you, Nikki. And it says here, it can be beneficial for sure. AI, telepathy, claircognizance. And that seems to be very interesting. And
Clear cognizance. That's interesting word. That's something I have to tell you about, right?
okay.
When you get instant cognition, you might say you have a smell and it might remind you of something. You get the instant cognition. You might feel that your father is around you. I've had this experience. That's what we're trying to aim for, not this timeline of projection and then I'll get there. They're trying to teach us instant cognition. And what I feel that instant cognition is it's kind of like an instant download where you just know in that moment straight away. There's no timeline. There's no, I've got to find, you know what I mean, or I've got to think, or I've got to, nah. It's got nothing to do with that. Instant cognition is when higher self comes in and goes, bang, don't go down that road, or bang, get out of here, that kind of thing. That instant cognition is what Shibi's been trying to teach me and alert me to. That's instant cognition. Oh, you know, that overwhelming feeling. My grandmother's here. I can smell her. I can feel her. I can everything. Bang. I really hope that more people discover this and understand that, because that is a real pure connection to your higher self is really coming through when you get instant cognition.
Okay.
I don't think instant cognition can be manipulated because it's too fast. It's like a quantum computer. Bang.
Yeah.
It's in the now. There's no travel. It's bang.
Yeah. But
And that's a
everything,
big one.
yeah, but everything is in the now. And I think that's what we're starting to realize is that there's no time. There's no different type of existence. Everything's here. And it's sort of like that movie, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. It's just
Yes.
all here all at once. You know what I mean?
It is.
Yeah.
But it's in different layers of these
Yeah.
eggs.
No, layers
These
for sure.
these different layers. And some people can see through it and some people can't.
Yeah.
But yeah, the instant cognition I really love that. I really love that feeling when I'm just overwhelmed. I get tingles and I'm like, oh, it's like knowing you were born. It's like knowing I was supposed to sing. It was like knowing that you were supposed to have it's like a mother knowing that baby's going to suckle on its breast. It doesn't need to think about it. It just does.
It knows.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It knows.
Yeah, and I think that's the interesting thing is that to be like children, because like, I mean, kids don't excuse me, kids don't question, they just do,
That's right.
and we have to learn how to
Yeah.
be that way again. And people always say, "Oh, stop acting like a child, stop being stop being silly, stop acting immature," and this is
grow up.
to grow up, just to tampen down all the childlike. And you know what, I'm going to stop there, because I don't think it's childlike. I think it's the fact that we could always be that way had we not created this false sort of separation and this false adulthood, I mean, yes, obviously as a woman, you get your first period, you have your child. It is going to change you to a certain level. I mean, becoming a mother does change you, but at the same
Yeah.
time, you can continue to have that sort of same childlike wonder and that same silliness, because it's just part of being human. But we've moved that out of the way, and it's a control mechanism. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. Well, Yeshua, Jesus, Solander, whatever you want to call him. What did he say in the Bible? Be as little children.
Exactly.
And and that's what he means.
Yes.
He means like that non-judgment, that wonder, that beauty, that instant cognition before the hormones kick in and we shove them into school and try and coerce them into something that they're not supposed to be, which is why we have so many problems with our children on the planet, so many suicides,
Yes.
all that kind of stuff. If only they knew that later on, hey, you got a chance to fly a spaceship in 20 years.
Yeah,
You better hang
exactly.
around for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Exactly.
To learn things like this is our future, to learn new technologies that are coming in. I mean, I know that there are governments out there that are already doing this and flying that stuff.
Of course.
around. So it's just a matter of time before we start to have something so amazing that we can do as well. And I don't know what the timeline about all that is, but that is in the future, and I hope my children get to understand.
Oh,
to
of
do
course.
something
But,
like that,
as people who watch the show, and I mean, look, everybody has their different, people that they follow. I like a lot of what Bashar says, and different people.
Yes.
And Bashar is someone that I really personally, sometimes you see different people and you say, no, this is BS. But with Bashar, it's been straight up from the get-go. And according to Bashar, we are going to be looking at some changes coming around 2027. Next
Yes.
year and 2027 are very, very big years for humanity. And we are going to be introduced, and also Chris Bledsoe talks about that next year especially, we're going to be introduced to different beings, and there's different knowledge that's coming up. And as well, 2027, according to Bashar and other people, is that between 2027 and 2033, he said you're going to have no doubt that you're not alone on this planet. So once that happens, then that's it. All bets are off. So we're going to be around to see that. And
yeah.
I feel it. I feel it in my bones that this is where we're headed. And that's why we have a lot of people that are starting to wake up, and people that are starting to come and, look for shows like this or shows like what you're doing and the music and all that, because it's a big crescendo that's developing, because it's going to blow. When it
Yeah,
really
you
does
can
happen.
feel the
You can feel it.
momentum building, can't
You
you?
feel
I
it.
can
It's a
feel it.
tsunami,
It's like,
slowly, Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
How that's going to play out, I don't know. How people are going to react, I don't know. I'm so used to it now that
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
get frightened as much anymore. I'm a bit worried about the people who are fresh to it that are going to freak out. So many times ships have shown up and they run. So we're going to run away from the ship. Imagine what it's like having an ET coming through your wall. Hey,
Yeah.
you want a cup of tea? Like,
But you know what though? It's funny because as much as what's happening now, when everything is, people can say, we don't know what's happening with the Three Atlas and all that kind of stuff. One thing that I have noticed is that people are not, I expected to have people running around scared and all that kind of stuff, but a lot of people are actually more interested. Like, I mean, whatever it is, I'm not here to place judgment. I'm just saying that the whole thing that's happening, nobody's running for the hills. Because if you remember that broadcast that Orson Welles did in 1938, War of the Worlds, people
yes.
literally up and ran for the hills because they thought stuff was happening. Shit rained down. But that's not what's happening right now. People are like, okay, this is kind of interesting. Let's see what it is and everything. And I don't see people panicking. And I think that that's changed from 1938 all the way now. Something's changed. Because people are not running for the hills or getting scared, or when you had these drones flying over New Jersey and all that kind of stuff. And people say, well, we don't know if it's real or UFOs.
Yeah.
A lot of people have different opinions on that. And they never talked about that again, notice. But nobody panicked. Nobody left New Jersey in droves. People were just like, okay, well, I don't know what these drones are, but like, okay, we'll see what it is. So people are not afraid. I think it's people are opening up to the idea. Okay, so let's go,
and I think they'll probably introduce us to obviously ETs that look more like us, and then gradually to the point where you actually see a beautiful feline that's 30 feet tall, and you're like, oh, whoa, So I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but I mean, I just think it's an amazing time to be alive.
It is
Consider
amazing
all
time.
the crap that we've been through. I mean, what does that say about us? If they're trying to keep a lid on this and trying to
Yeah,
keep
it's
us
boiling
down,
over. Sorry.
what does it say about us? How powerful
They're
we are?
losing
That
the
they're so
fight.
afraid of us.
Yeah, but that I
It's
think
like
what
a
it
ship.
says.
It's like a ship, and they're trying to plug all the holes.
Yeah,
you know, and
exactly.
they're trying to
Yeah,
plug
exactly.
all that.
Yeah. No, but
And all that.
it's coming to an end. It's coming to an end, and I think that's what you're saying. What does it show? It shows that it's coming to an end, and they're trying their best to plug the holes in the wall, and the dam
Yeah.
just, you know.
Yeah, they're trying to control the
Yeah.
narrative and they're trying to control everything, but it's not because
No.
we are all getting contacted individually
Exactly.
and having our own individual experiences. And I think that's probably the best way to do it because then they're not under pressure to be on the White House lawn doing a press conference. I mean, it's just ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to just before we finish up here, I just wanted to ask, what are you working on now artistically? Are you working on any projects that we could, tell us about, or music, or what's your what does your calendar look like in the next 6 months, 12 months?
I've got more music coming out. I'm constantly creating every day. And so it comes, I do it in batches now because before it was just, I got lost. So now I do it in batches. I hope to be doing more podcasts and my knowledge. I might even do some videos with AI on not music wise, but more on a narrative kind of thing, teaching people stuff. I think I mentioned this before. I want to sync license my music so it can go into TV, movies, video, games, all that kind of stuff. Try and get, especially I've got a whole album about spaceships, so that might gradually get into that. But that's basically all I'm happy about doing right now is doing my music every week and my videos and just getting that knowledge out and doing my meditations and having contact and bringing in new information and putting those little nuggets into my music to waken people up. That's basically all I'm doing now. And my kids are older. I've got more free time to do me now, and that's basically what I'm doing.
Okay, well that's amazing. And so people can find your do you have like a website, Nicole Temple, or
No, I'm on Spotify. If you just look up Nicole Temple, I'm on YouTube, Nicole Temple. All my videos are there that you can see, and all the music's there as well.
Okay.
So I'm there as well on Facebook. I'll send you all the links, iTunes, all that. Yeah, just look up Nicole Temple,
Okay.
and yeah, you'll find me there.
Okay, perfect. Well, I want to say this has just been such a party. This has been an absolutely amazing. Kevin, speaks so highly of you. And when
She's
he introduced
gorgeous.
me to you, I said, okay, sure, we'd love to meet her
Lovely.
and have her on the show. And I had no idea it was going to be this special. It's been a high energy, high octane, high learning, beautiful presentation here. And I just want to say thank you so much, Nikki, for coming on the show
welcome.
and sharing with us. It has been absolutely, truly special. So thank you so much. And
you.
everybody,
Thank you for allowing me and providing a beautiful platform for me to actually
yeah,
talk. It's hard, isn't it? Trying to get all the time zones and get people
Yeah.
I thought I better get on a bit an hour early here because it might be daylight saving and she might give me the wrong time. So I better be ready an hour early just in case. Because that's happened to me before. I've been in the shower and everything, and I was like, oh, I've got to get on. Ah!
Yeah, we had that a couple of weeks ago where we had changed to daylight saving time, and the person that I was speaking with was in Phoenix, Arizona, and they don't have daylight savings time. So he was like, "Oh, where is she?" and all that kind of stuff. It was really wild.
Yeah.
But it worked out. It turned out to be a great presentation. It worked out.
I know.
And, yeah.
Considering I'm in the future,
Exactly.
18 hours ahead.
But you see, that's what I'm saying. You see, that's a perfect example because you're in the future, and I'm in the past, but we're still talking now.
Isn't that amazing? So time is simultaneous.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
There you go. We're doing it.
That's
Just
it.
in different levels.
That's it.
That's it.
So I just want
Thank
to say
you so much. I'm very happy
Oh.
that you guys have actually given me a beautiful platform to talk on. It's been wonderful. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And I'm so happy that you came and spoke with us and shared your so beautiful gifts with us. I'm over the moon. This is such a beautiful presentation. Thank you so much, Nikki, for coming and speaking with us. And I'd love to have you come back again to tell us more about your music and some of the stuff that you're working on. We'd love to have you come back to talk again. So we'll definitely have to sort of set that up. And everybody check out on Spotify and I think even YouTube, you said, Nicole Temple. So you could check out her content there. So you don't have a website then, do you?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
But hundreds of websites and no one ever goes there, so why bother? There's plenty of other platforms. So look, if I get more popular, I'll do a website and I'll do some merch.
Okay. We'll definitely have to get
but until then, I'm not going to set up a website and do. I've done that before, and it just costs lots of money, and nobody ever goes there. But this time, I'm like, okay, well, I'll just wait, let the music speak for itself. Then, hey, you want to buy some T-shirts of some of my crazy art that I get from the ETs? Fine, I can provide that, but that's much later on.
Okay, but we're still happy to sort of check out some of your music and some of the things that you're working on. So I think that's great. Personally, I think it's great, and we look forward to seeing you again. And did you have any parting words for some of our members this evening?
Just be authentic self and remember who you are.
Exactly. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We absolutely enjoyed having Nikki here on our show. Check out her music, check out her content, and she is absolutely incredible and talented. And we look forward to having her back on the show again. So please join us again to speak with her. But until then, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us. If you are a new member, please don't forget to like and subscribe so you can get more access to this kind of content like we had tonight. It was absolutely amazing. And we look forward to seeing you in our next show. So take care of yourself, everyone. And if you want to also join our discussion group later this month, just send me an email and or just log into the discussion group. Until then, I want to say thank you to everyone for being here tonight. The chat room was great, and we look forward to seeing you soon. So take care and have a good evening, everyone, or have a good morning if you're in Australia. Good day.
Bye.
Goodbye. Loved it.